Seconds to go. Start. Nation is a precondition for development because India must live before India can grow. Stop. At the same time, how can feelings of national integration survive for long in a situation of great poverty, where nearly half of the entire population lives below the poverty line, and where there are large disparities in income between one social group and another? Sign of interrogation. We must therefore strive our best to abolish at least the government, in the organized industry and in the public sector corporations, whose incomes and prerequisites are well above the general economic level of the population. Stop. On the other hand, we have large masses of very poor people living in urban slums, small and marginal farmers and landless agricultural laborers in rural areas who are unemployed or underemployed, whose incomes are very low and who cannot even look forward to two square meals a day for most of the year. So, I know this from my personal experience because I have lived for last 6 years in rural areas and worked as a farmer. So, how can we hope to have a cohesive society or national integration in a background of such glaring socio-economic inequalities and injustice? Sign of interrogation. We must, therefore strive to bring about rapid socio-economic development with social justice. So, this will create a healthy and hopeful atmosphere in country and reduce the inevitable consequences which extreme disparities generate. So, greater and more rapid socio-economic development will follow. So, it is this golden cycle we must try to establish. So, the creation of conditions in which every citizen may be effectively involved in the administrative processes is yet another aspect of national integration. We must endeavor to reorient the administration so that the services are democratized and made more responsive to the needs and aspirations of the common man. So, it is also necessary to ensure that the common man is assured justice and fair play in all matters which affect his daily life. So, even more important are the reforms which will decentralize authority from the center to the states within the constitutional framework and without in any way endangering the fundamental unity of the country. So, the center and the states are not big and small brothers, but joint partners in national development. So, even more important is the devolution of authority and responsibility right down to the present centralized system where fewer people tend to take the basic decisions for the common man. Stop. Para. Friends, since time immemorial, the collective power of society has been relied upon in India. Stop. It has been a part of our social tradition for a long time. Stop. When the society does something together, then the desired results are expected. Stop. And you must have seen this in the last few years how people's participation is becoming the national character of India. Stop. In the last 6 to 7 years, several important things have happened due to people's participation which no one could have imagined. Stop. Be it the cleanliness movement, ensuring gas connection to every poor household with the spirit of give it up or teaching digital transactions to the poor. Stop. India's progress has got energy from public participation in every field. Stop. Now Vidyanjali is also going to become a golden chapter. Stop. Vidyanjali is a call for every citizen of the country to become a participant and play an active role in shaping the future of the country and take two steps forward. Stop. You can be an engineer, comma, a doctor, comma, a research scientist, comma, an IS officer or a collector somewhere. Stop. Still, comma, you can go to a school and teach children so much. Stop. You can give a new direction to children's dreams by teaching them. Stop. And we know of so many people who are doing this too. Stop. There is a retired bank manager who is teaching children in schools in remote hill areas in Uttarakhand. Stop. Someone associated with the medical field is giving online classes to poor children and providing resources to them. Stop. No matter what your role is in the society and your success, comma, you have a role as well as participation in building the future of the youth. Stop. Our players have performed brilliantly in the recently concluded Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics. Stop. Our youth have been inspired a lot. Stop. I have requested each of the players to visit at least 75 schools on the occasion of Amrit Mahotsav of Independence. Stop. I am glad that these players have accepted my request. Stop. I will urge all the honorable teachers to contact these players in your area, comma, invite them to your school and hold interaction with the children. Stop. It will inspire our students a lot. Many talented students will be encouraged to follow sports. Stop. Para. Friends, comma. Today, another important beginning is being made through school quality assessment and assurance framework, that is SQAAF. Till now, comma, there was no common scientific framework for education for our schools in the country. Stop. Without a common framework, comma, it was difficult to adopt standards for all aspects of education, such as curriculum, comma, pedagogy, comma, assessment, comma, infrastructure, comma, inclusive practices and governance process, comma, etc. Stop. Due to this, comma, school students in different parts of the country had to face inequality in education. Stop. But SQAAF will now work to bridge this gap. Stop. Its biggest feature is that the states will also have the flexibility to make changes in this framework according to their needs. Stop. Schools will also be able to make their own assessments based on this. Stop. Schools can also be encouraged for a transformational change. Stop. Friends, comma, National Digital Educational Architecture, comma, that is NDEAR, is also going to play an important role in making it modern by eliminating inequality in education. Stop. Just as the UPI interface has revolutionized the banking sector, comma, NDAR will act as a super connect between all academic activities. Stop. NDAR will facilitate transfer from one school to another or admission in higher education, comma, multiple entry exit system, comma, academic credit bank or maintaining the records of the skills of the students. Stop. All these transformations will also become the face of our new age education, comma, and will also end discrimination in quality education. Stop. Para. Friends, comma, all of you are aware that education should not only be inclusive but should also be equitable for the progress of any country. Stop. Therefore, comma, the country is making technology like talking books and audio books a part of education. Stop. A 10,000 word Indian Sign Language Dictionary based on Universal Design of Learning UDL has also been developed. Stop. From Bihu in Assam to Bharatnatyam, comma, sign language has been a part of our art and culture for centuries. Stop. Now, comma, for the first time, comma, the country is making sign language a part of the curriculum as a subject, comma, so that innocent children who need it the most are not left behind. Stop. This technology will also create a new world for the Divyang youth. Stop. Similarly, the foundational literacy and numeracy mission has been launched for children in the age group of 3 to 8 years in the Nipun Bharat Abhiyan. Stop. Necessary steps will be taken so that all children should get compulsory preschool education from the age of 3 years. Stop. We have to take all these efforts a long way, and the role of all of you, especially our teacher friends, is very important in this. Stop.